you've talked a lot about this idea of 30 for 30. Why don't you go ahead and explain a little bit of the premise? And you've done this once, and you're in the midst of doing it again. Tell us about 30 for 30.
So 30 for 30 is a lot of people shorten it down to 30 and 30, and you know, it's your 30 favorite places in your area, right? That you farm in, that you grew up in, that you love, right? 30 favorite places in 30 days, right? So it's this idea of showcasing, you know, a business, a park, an activity, and really focusing on, I think it's applicable in our world as realtors, building know, like, and trust beyond the real estate transaction. And it's, you know, hey, that guy's more relatable to me, or hey, he does know more than houses, and he is showcasing that you are the expert in that area. Hey, the donut shop is here, the coffee shop is here. Oh, here's the elementary school that's for this ages. Oh, here's the bike path that leads to the mountains that you didn't know about that you could be buying in your area. Now, we don't have mountains in our area, but I just like.
But you got bike paths. You guys have those at least.
But we got bike paths, right? And so it was kind of the, you know, the more than real estate, being the local expert. And what's really neat is, sure, a lot of the people in the area know of these places, but when you get to tell them why you love it, maybe there's something new, right? Maybe there's something that's not on the menu. Maybe there's something here, right? And so we started with that, and it was also the launch where I was like, okay, I got to get into video here, and you know, through repetition, that's how you begin to grow and scale and see progress, right? And so the moment I said online, I'm doing 30 places in 30 days, I held myself accountable, right?
And so how long ago was it that you did your first 30 for 30?
4 years ago, June 1st, 2014.
Okay, so 2014, you did your first 30 for 30. And what came out of doing it that first time that was some of the big ahas for you of like, okay, wow, that was actually something that was meaningful for my business?
Yeah, I think, first of all, probably after day 3 or day 4, how easy it actually was just to hold your phone out and just talk. Get a little bit comfortable with seeing myself, but also realizing, oh, don't look at the screen.
Right.
Like you're talking to somebody. And then the big things were the engagement and the views. And now the views were through the roof back in those days, you know, sharing it from YouTube onto Facebook and then uploading to Facebook separately. And because there wasn't a lot of video content then, it was like, what is going on here? And it was like 30 to 60 seconds. And then so when I had the idea to stand in front of the businesses that I want and tag them and ask them to share it, the amazing thing was the next time I went into that location, they're like, thank you, that was awesome. Cool. And so it's just like great conversation starters, right? Like, oh, hey, people are, you know, they're like, hey, that's the guy from here. As I'm doing day 28, they're referencing day 15. So as realtors in our kind of business, it was a great, we're always looking for opportunities to start conversations. That's what it was, right? So getting comfortable, you know, showcasing, you know, almost developing little partnerships in the area. So then when I go back and I say, hey, can I talk to you more about your ribs at the Silver Heights restaurant? Sure, Jess, come on in. Now all of a sudden they're recommending me. And if they're a fan of that page, well, then therefore they must trust me. And so conversations about real estate happened a lot faster. And so that was, you know, the big takeaway. But also, you know, when did I start in real estate? 2014, when was my summer? 2012 I started. So it was a little bit more of Jesse's also in real estate, right?
Gotcha.
Kind of, you know, there would be 30 days, but it wouldn't be, hey, you're a social savvy realtor or anything like that. But there'd be a couple points throughout those 30 days. Hey, by the way, I love this place and you will too, if you were looking to call this area your home. And if you want to chat about Silver Heights, let's talk numbers over coffee, right? So just dropping that in and hitting a newer audience, right? Besides just your sphere of influence.